Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, y'all? This your guy Q, and this is Topics from the Streets, where we keep our ears to the streets, our ears to the grind, and we're listening to what folks are talking about out there in the streets. Then we bring it back home, then we talk about it to get a better understanding of it. But keep in mind, this show right here is unedited, so that means you may hear something or see something that just might offend you. But you got the prerogative of hitting the X button at the top of the page and closing us out. Well, why would you do that? Because you know you talk about the same things the same way I'm going to right here on this show. So why even get offended when I talk about it? On today's show, we're talking about pathetic, dumbass, ignorant black folks. Some of them just have us scratching our heads. But before we get into all that, what I want you to do is sit back and relax, strap on your seatbelts, and get ready for this ride. Because like my man MC Hammer would say, let's get it started. Let's go. All right, y'all, welcome to the show. Let's get this started. We getting ready to keep it real. Now, if you're a sensitive black person, if you're a black person who can't handle the truth or call out BS from other black folks when you see them doing some of the dumbest things, or if you're a black person who can't see the damage our people are doing to ourselves, then this show right here just isn't for you. For some of you who want to point the fingers at me right now and say Q's acting like a coon, they sell out, a white man's lover, you know, all that nonsense, yada yada. I'm only here to call out you, pathetic, ignorant, dumbass black folk who can't see the damage you're doing to the black culture. Now let me make it clear before I get attacked. I love my people. I'm more than proud to be a black man, an African American man, whichever one you want to call me. But for whichever one you choose, either way you look at me, I'm black, duh. See, I want to be respected as a man. I want to be respected for the good I do and have done. What I don't want is to be judged or disrespected because of the color of my skin. But what makes it hard for me to be looked at and respected as a man and respected as a man of color is the ignorant, dumbass, pathetic black folk I see who keeps preaching they want to be respected themselves but keep doing shit that makes it hard for anyone to respect the black or African American life. We all can agree though that the word nigger is the most offensive word to be used to describe black folks. For my white followers, there's two terms of this word, of the N-word. Okay, there's nigger, which is spelled N-I-G-G-E-R, or nigger, spelled two different ways, N-I-C-C-A or N-I-G-G-A. These terms are used as a form of slang among African American groups predominantly, and hip-hop musicians, yet justifying that nigger has an entirely different meaning. This outrage of the word being used by African Americans was done so to desensitize the derogatory message behind the word. Okay, let's go to CNN to give you a quick look of how the nigger word was formed. Roll that video.
There's still niggers in American Army uniforms just...
It was said without thinking, painting an entire race with a single word. But it wasn't always a slur. Originally, the Latin N-I-G-E-R just meant black.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, nigger.
But at the dawn of America, N-I-G-E-R became N-E-G-A-R to describe some of the first shipments of African slaves.
What's your name?
Kunta Kinte. My name is Toby.
Hi. That's a good nigger.
And with slavery, the word was contorted into its current, dark, degrading, hateful insult for African Americans.
We are the Ku Klux Klan. We hate niggers. Look out, nigger. The Klan is getting bigger.
Over time, it has appeared in everything from ugly propaganda to cartoons to nursery rhymes. Eeny Meeny didn't always end with catch a tiger by the toe. It was tossed about casually in movies well into the 20th century, part of the way of life, but also sometimes to raise consciousness.
You nigger lover.
And in the civil rights era, the stigma came to a head. Author James Baldwin in the 1963 documentary Take This Hammer.
We have invented the nigger. I didn't invent it. White people invented it.
In the 1970s emerged a new willingness to explore the impact of the word and even satirize it.
And isn't it a lovely morning?
Up yours, nigger.
If you two ever really started going at one another, inside of 5 minutes, he'd be calling you, don't say nigger.
He said
It hardly disappeared in the 1980s and 90s, though white people rarely said the word publicly. Some black people did, a lot.
Black people, there's niggas. The niggas have got to go.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes.
Cause I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
As a society, we've tried to ignore it, ban it, literally bury it.
The NAACP held this symbolic funeral for the N-word.
And we've perhaps added more gravity to the word just by refusing to say it.
Whenever a white lady on CNN with nice hair says the N-word, that's just white people getting away with saying nigger. That's all that is.
Did that video offend anybody? Let me guess. The black people saying it, it didn't offend. But when you hear the white folks say it, it's offensive. Don't get me wrong though. I do know how hurtful that word is or could be when it's used in a manner that is a projection of racism. Now you could be asking yourself the question right now, Q, what does the N-word have to do with your show title of pathetic, dumbass, ignorant black people? Trust me, before this show is over, all of you are going to get it. See, the term nigger has become so popular that it is now part of the culture, and many other groups, considerably non-African American people, are now using the word as well. Is it okay for one particular person to use it because of the culture they're involved in? Really? Like hip-hop superstar Eminem, raised around black folks most of his life in Detroit. Does that give him a pass? Some would say yes, and some would say hell no. M has used the word before.
You just a bitch ass nigga, rope some brass nigga, and when you're nice, holla, I'm with that.
Was I offended? Nah, I wasn't. And why not, you ask? Because I believe, and this is my own opinion, M wouldn't use the word in any way that would be disrespectful. Now, at this moment in time, no one black can get upset when M uses it because you know why? Black folks are still buying his music. So yes, I guess some people are giving him a pass. Let's go to Justin Bieber, for example. Justin Bieber has become a pop sensation. We all know this. But does he get a pass? Well, obviously, he does. He's been premiering on black artists' songs for years now, even after this video has surfaced.
One less lonely one less lonely If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK. And there'll be one less lonely.
Why are black people afraid of chainsaws?
Don't even say it. Don't say
Run,
it.
You can say motorcycle too, right?
Was I offended by that damn video? Hell yeah, I was. The reason I was offended was because he was joking, making jokes that wasn't funny, and he thought it was cute to get with his friends and make nigger jokes. Remember what he said here now?
If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK.
He gave an apology, which sounded like a scripted apology, written by his PR team. Black culture has given him a pass. Some have accepted his apology based on the fact that he's from Canada, and they said some Canadians don't know the effect of the N-word. Whatever. And in fact, he was only 15 years old at the time. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Okay, see, culture has defined nigger word in two ways. N-I-G-G-E-R as definition of hate, and nigger, as used in hip-hop mainstream culture. Look, y'all, let's keep it real here, all right? No matter how you use the word, say the word, or spell the word, it still has the same meaning. The only difference in the word is its spelling. Do I have friends that aren't black using the word? Yes, I do. But does it make it okay for them to use it since they're not saying nigger, they're saying nigga? Today's generation has allowed the word to be used but not realizing it still means the same as it did back in the earlier generation and to the present day. Late rapper Eazy-E of one of my favorite groups, NWA, says nigger and nigga has a different meaning and how it's used. Let's roll the video.
Rap musician Eric Wright, better known as Eazy-E, doesn't understand all the fuss about the 6-letter word.
It's a part of my everyday language, I formed the group NWA. Niggas with attitudes.
NWA's second album, entitled
Niggas for life,
rose to the top of the Billboard's pop chart after only its second week out. One word dominated many of the album's songs. You guessed it.
I'm a nigga, he's a nigga, she's a nigga, we some niggas. Wouldn't you like to be a nigga too?
Eazy-E doesn't believe his usage of the word is by any means distasteful or disrespectful. He says it's art and it's real. And after all, he adds, it all depends on how you say it.
Me going, what's up, nigga, is something totally different. When somebody looking at you and go, nigga, then you're gonna take it different.
Eazy-E's rationale may apply for those in the rap community and the people close to it, but those outside that world don't understand all the rules of usage.
Certainly a white person would not be able to distinguish those nuances.
It doesn't make any difference whether you say it lovingly, whether you say it with a tender note in your voice, whether you say it with antagonism, whether you say it any kind of way. It doesn't change the fact. It's still a derogatory term.
Nigga can mean anything, really. Say it as black is black and brown is brown.
I'm not sure that those who are using it really even know what it meant, what it means now. They just know it's going to get attention.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? Because police always want to harass me.
Now, if a white person walks up to Eazy-E and says, hey, nigger.
Depends on how you said it. Like if you say, what's up, nigga, then that's cool. But if you just say, nigger, then I'm going to take it different. I might be over there, you be pulling me off of it, you know?
Send over a couple of niggers.
Movie ticket sales for this man, record sales for this man, remorse for this man, fear for this man. Use of this word may do a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but no matter how you look at it, write it, say it, or spray it, it really only means one thing.
I mean, it's a word that's to stay around and everything else. I think I'm gonna be a nigga for life.
Now, let's be honest. I have a white friend who has publicly used the word, but when he spells it as N-I-G-G-A. Let's go to my man, Charlamagne the God of the radio show in New York City, The Breakfast Club, in an interview he did in 2013 about the N-word. Let him break it down a little more for you. Check this out.
I don't give a fuck. And the reason I always say I don't give a fuck is because until we stop using the word nigga, we can't get mad at nobody else for using the word nigga. And every time somebody from another race uses it, they say the same thing. Well, they use it all the time. If something's bad, it's bad. Period. It can't be good when I do it, but bad when you do it. That makes no fucking sense. If you really want to make a stand against the N-word, stop using it. Teach people how to treat you. People aren't gonna treat you how they see you treating yourself. If I'm constantly running around saying, yeah, what's up, my nigga? How you, my nigga? I got love for you, my nigga. And then as soon as somebody else says, oh, nigger, from another race, you all up in arms, that's being a hypocrite. And I ain't never been into being no hypocrite. Let me tell you something. If Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X was to come back alive today, right? Martin and Malcolm wouldn't be shocked at Paula Dean using the N-word or Riley Cooper using the N-word. That's what they're used to. You know what they'd be shocked at? They'd be shocked at me using the N-word. They'd be like, brother, what is your problem? They'd be shocked at, all these rappers using the N-word. They hear Trinidad James smoking strong, my nigga. They'd be like, what the fuck is going on? They'd be in utter shock. It's like that episode of Boondocks and Martin Luther King Jr. was looking around at these motherfuckers like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, this what we died for? We marched and got beat with sticks and had dogs sicked on us and got sprayed with hoses for y'all to be walking around and carrying yourselves like this? No, man. It's way too much blood on the N-word for it to ever be a good thing. And I'm gonna tell you something else. That ER as opposed to GA, philosophy they use about to justify their use of it is utter bullshit. Nigger, it's all the same motherfucking thing.
See, there are three words that are descriptions that have become labels for certain races. Wetbacks refer to Mexicans, nigger referred to black people, and honky referred to white people. But what I found amazing and shocking is that the word wetback, I don't even hear it. I have asked almost every white person I know, and I've been around for a long time, how do you feel about the H word? Their response to me was, what H word? I don't know what you're talking about. When I say a lot of white folk, I mean a lot of white folk I have asked. They have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. They don't use the word like it's an everyday thing. They have no clue unless, they're playing dumb what the H word is. It's not part of their vocabulary. But when I ask, do you know what the N word is? Oh my gosh, the floodgates open up. Everybody knows the N word. See, why can't we put the N word to rest? Just like wetback or honky. Both are derogatory words, just like the N word. See, white people have put the word honky to rest. Mexicans or Hispanics have put the word wetback to rest. The longer we keep making it okay to use it in music and normal conversation, the N-word will never see its dying day. As long as we keep on using the nigger in music, you're basically saying it's okay to use it as long as you're saying nigga. Remember, it still has the same meaning as nigger. So if you use it to describe yourself to other people, don't get mad when someone else calls you out as nigga, when you seem to think it's not the same as nigger. When a white person uses nigga, don't get mad, it's not the same. See, some of my folk, you have to stop being ignorant, pathetic, and a dumbass, because we as African Americans have to deal with constant idiots like this.
A Cobb County police officer making some controversial comments, to say the least, during a traffic stop. He's now on administrative duties while the department conducts an internal investigation.
Use your phone. It's in your lap right there. I just don't want to put my hands down. I'm really sorry. I'm just... You're just really wrong. No. I've just seen way too many videos of problems. But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? All the videos you've seen, have you seen any white people get killed? You have.
Or major idiots, and I said idiots, like this. See, it all boils down to this. We as black people want respect, treated with the dignity that so many fought for us to have. But in this next video you're about to see, this is a pure example of people who aren't helping our mission, but hurting it. Now I want everybody to watch this video closely and tell me how many white people you see in this video, okay? It's pathetic, dumbass, ignorant ass people you're about to see that makes work hard for Black Lives Matter or any movement that fights for the cause of black respect. Play the video.
They got the shoes.
The black people you just saw in that video are part of the problem. They're not offering some type of solution. It's the middle of a hurricane, and what are they doing? Instead of finding somewhere safe to be, they're out there looting a store. I'm finna break it down for you, okay? When you continue to damage or burn down businesses in your neighborhood because you're upset at a particular outcome, if you think you're making a statement, you're not. You're not only hurting the cause, but you're hurting your own community. You're giving businesses legit reasons not to want to build in your community. You're giving homeowners and developers reasons to not want to build homes in your community. Then what happens? You're now a low-income ghetto project community. I've heard so many people say, and I've said myself, look how nice those white communities are compared to the black community. If you want to have that same nice outlook as white communities, then you got to start taking care of yours. We have no control over what the weather can do to our community, but we have control of what we can do to ours and yours. To my black people, I'm going to keep it real as possible. I'm going to tell you like it is. You're giving every racist in this world a reason to hate us, continue to stand against us. We can't be hypocrites and give a pass for certain people who isn't black and say it's okay for them to use the N-word and ready to protest and picket when someone who you didn't give a pass to uses it. Just because you take away the E and the R and replace it with the A, it only spells it different, but it still has the same meaning. Nigga compared to nigger doesn't have the same hateful feel, but to a racist, it still means the same thing. You can't stand and hold signs and shout Black Lives Matter, but once you put down a sign, go out and kill your own people. With the KKK and all these other pathetic racist groups, don't you know all they're doing and saying is, we don't have to kill these niggas. Let's give them guns. Let them kill themselves. I want all you pathetic, dumbass, ignorant black folks that we saw looting. Remember these names: Freddie Gray, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Terrence Crotcher, Heather Hare, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King Jr. People who were killed because of the color of their skin or what they were fighting for us. So many black people, white people have fought so hard to get us where we are today. But when we have pathetic, dumbass, ignorant black people like you're giving, all these racist people the ammunition they need to use against us with their hateful cause. If you're offended by what I said, you're not outraged. If you're another black man or black woman seeing the black folks like in Florida looting and making it hard for us to get the change we so deserve, if you're offended by me and not them, you're not outraged. If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. The powerful words of Heather Hare. To all you black folks who you were seen looting, to all you black folks who are killing your own people, to all you people, no matter race or creed, remember these few words from Martin Luther King Jr. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? If you got a topic you want us to talk about, all you got to do is hit us up, baby. It's just that simple. Connect with us on Facebook, Carolina Streets TV, on Instagram at Carolina Streets TV, Twitter at TV_streets. You can subscribe to us right here on YouTube and get alerted the next time a show has posted. This has been your guy Q, and this has been Topics from the Streets. We'll holler at you next time. Double deuces. Peace.